Okay, so I did not do a closeout for yesterday. So this will be my closeout and my intro for day 3. Happy freaking hiking, Appalachian Trail community. So stayed here at the K-Wood shelter and I am continuing on to Cookie Ladies. Hopefully this silver umbrella is not going to block Monica's my inReach signal, and Monica's going to be there at Cookie Ladies. I'll call her at the next shelter either way if I've got service. But this is what the Appalachian Trail is going to look like today. Appalachian, what the heck? Appalachian Trail is going to look like today. It's supposed to be like this all day long. It is going to be tornadoes, thunderstorms, 1 to 2 inches of rain. So here we go. Probably not going to be doing a lot of filming today. So the problem with that is that any low-lying limbs stuff, you got to be cognizant of. These umbrellas, these hiking umbrellas, are made lightweight, and so they're not made of the most durable material out there, and they can't be and still be lightweight. Oh, fell off the log. Okay, so anyway, back to, so the fabric is fairly thin, fairly tough, but fairly thin. But I can see myself tearing that fabric on a low-hanging limb or something. You have to be cognizant when they're on, particularly on the left. But, and then, Lord help you if you go over a under a blowdown or through a blowdown, you just have to collapse it. So, pros and cons of umbrellas. Pros, I wear glasses, so they kind of keep my glasses from getting completely watered over, although in the rain like this, they're gonna fog over. I found a few things that help, but they only last for like a day. You got to keep applying them or rubbing them. So that's a pro. Keeps your face relatively clean, but I mean relatively dry. But if you're walking in this kind of humidity, your face is going to be sopping wet anyway. So I'll call it a pro, but maybe that's a semi-pro. Yep, excuse me while I try to negotiate around this. My feet have not gotten completely wetted out yet, so I'm avoiding standing water as much as possible. Eventually, it's going to become inevitable, but anyway, that's just the least amount of time I have to walk with a possible blister issue going on. Back to the umbrella. So, pro, keeps you dry. I mean, keeps your face relatively dry, your head relatively dry. What else? Shoulders relatively dry. So, it allows me to film like this. Otherwise, if it was raining as much as it is, I probably couldn't. Cons are, like I said, you get them hung up on trees, run the risk if they get hung up on something, tearing something. Another pro is, not necessarily pro, but you can take them on an airplane. So you don't have to put them in your checked luggage. So like for this trip, anything that I felt was a sharp instrument, I put in my, I mailed it forward to either to retread. I do have a pocket knife that I'm probably going to wind up checking my bag. Not going to be in big a hurry. Trail boss will be there waiting on me, so she'll be okay waiting an extra 10 or 15 minutes for my bag to come off. Hopefully it'll make it. If not, I've got like $5,000 worth of stuff in my bag. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So, but now a con is you really need to hike. Oh crap. You really need to hike with your umbrella with a full pack. And I say that because you don't know how it's going to sit on you. So if it sits way to the side of you, it's not doing anything for you. But there comes a point where it might get off your shoulder strap. And you got it so tight that it's going to like be tight against your shoulder. That's not comfortable either. So that's something I got to work on. This is really the first time I've hiked with this umbrella. It was given to me by Oz, the hiking sailor, and since he gave it to me, I guess I'll say Oz, the great Oz hiking sailor, who's on his thru hike now and is in New Hampshire, if not Maine by now. But Oz has tried a few attempts and he's finally gonna make it. He's a Canuck from Canada. I know it's Canada, but they're Canadians. I call it Canada. And see him. We correspond regularly. He's a nut job, but he's a good fella, good chap. Hey, you gonna give me gear? Now, full disclosure, he got sponsored by 6 Moon Designs. So they told him to pick out everything you want. I think he picked out one of each in their catalog. So he had this extra umbrella. He wanted like 20 bucks for it. And I said, it had a little pack wear on it where it scraped off some of the silver lining. And I said, I'm just going to go ahead and buy one for another 20 bucks and have a warranty. And he goes, well, here, just take it. I'm like, okay, if it's free, it's for me. I'm taking it. So anyway, right now I'm on the green side of the dial gauge for the umbrella. I think it's made it a little more enjoyable. Another con is that going up a hill, you can't see in front of you. So you have to keep moving your umbrella around to look up and see it. But all right, she's starting to pour now, and you may not even be able to hear me. So I'm gonna get off this thing. All right, so I've officially given up on trying to keep my feet dry. And I'm walking right through the mud, middle of it, and not wasting the energy to try to dodge it. The only thing I'm doing is that aiming for the light colored mud. It tends to be sandy. You don't go all the way to the bottom like you do with the dark mud. The dark mud is like forest duff and leaves that haven't completely degraded yet to form dirt or sand, and you'll sink up. It'll suck your feet off, your shoes off. So that's where I'm at. Everything's officially pruning now. Hands, all of it. Still trudging along though. Don't really have much of a choice. All right, I don't know when this climb's gonna quit. I think I got going up to, I think it's Mount Washington, not New Hampshire, Massachusetts. But anyway, that's where I'm at. Okie dokie. Already got a stream crossing. There's nothing here to help you. So no other way to get through it but just to walk right through it. The guy before me said it's about knee high. So with the way the water's moving, I would assume so. So this will be interesting. No rock hopping today. All right, here we go. All right, I have made it halfway across. I think I'm good. I took the low route below right here. So where the water rocks are up underneath me now. It was really high. It was going to be like thigh high right there, especially coming through that chute. So it's just better to do that. Hope it don't need my poles. I threw them over there so I could film this. But hey, nothing's too good for you folks. All right, let me put this back in my pocket before I drop it. All right, so just passed Lost Vet. So she is an oboe that got hurt, had to take 3 weeks off. She's from Quebec. Had to take 3 weeks off and back on trail. Still nursing the injury a little bit, but think she's gonna be good to go. This pretty much epitomizes the trail. After that last crossing I had two more that were not particularly high. That was the highest. I did need my tracking poles after the last one. After the first one. When I turned off the camera, I promptly, when I went to take my last few steps, fell over into the rapids, but caught myself and fortunately just got wet up to my thighs. But anyway, one thing about walking through the mud, after you get over your socks all wetted out, is that you're using different muscle groups more so than you have before. So still try to do a little bit of rock hopping, but just to avoid the really deep stuff. But so my inner thighs, my glutes are burning, and of course your shoes and your socks are sopping wet, and I wear a pair of liner socks and darn tough wool, which soaks up the water, and they probably weigh 3 extra pounds, so it just takes more effort. And then you're slip sliding around using a muscle group not to fall down. So I've only gone 8 miles and I feel like I've gone 12 or 14. So my muscles are burning. But this is the way it's going to be the rest of the trip, because everybody I've come across has indicated that it's nothing but mud down south and bugs. So that looks like this is probably what the trail is going to look like. So at least I'm here instead of in the office, right? Bad day on trails, better than a good day at the office. And to be honest with you, it's not a particularly bad day. So I'll count it as a blessing. All right, we should be coming up on the Cookie Ladies. Oh, one thing I'll show you. Oh my gosh. So if this is the way it's going to be throughout the whole course, then I'm good. I'm good with that. I'll count it as a blessing. May come a time when I don't, but as far as I'm concerned right now, it's been a blessing. Now I hope I won't sink up to my gee whiz waist and whatever this is. That's another thing, is a lot slower going when you're going through this stuff. Sometimes you just gotta say, what the heck, just go. All right, should be coming in the Cookie Ladies here shortly. I'll chat with you later. All right, so I am at the Cookie Ladies house, and Monica brought me back. Thank you so much, Monica, for doing what you did. So she's a trail angel, and she hosts folks occasionally, not all the time, but somehow I was deemed worthy. So thank you, Monica. And she came and picked me up here at the Cookie Lady's house. That's the Cookie Lady's house behind me. And brought me into town, fed me, gave me a shower, let me do my laundry, and just sit around, had a good time chatting, charged everything up. So offered to go swimming. I mean, just what a great host, what a great trail angel. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Monica. That was awesome. So I'm all dry now and everything. This morning it was a deluge, but anyway, so she brought me back here to the Cookie Lady's house. I'm staying in the hangar. I'll show you that in a minute. So they're donation based here, or you can work for whatever they're doing here. So I'm picking blueberries. I'm gonna fill this up. I got a long way to go. There's a lot of blueberries can fit in this thing. And she's gonna cook for us tonight, so you can have hamburgers or stew. So wow, love the trail, love what's going on here. So I'm in the middle of this blueberry patch and picking blueberries. Never picked them before in my life, so I was told to pick the blue ones and the purple ones. So I hope I don't get them too purple. But in any case, that is what I'm doing here. I'm going to be here for the night, and then tomorrow I should be all the way at Upper Goose Pond, which is about 12-ish miles. The alternative was to not stay here and go up to October Mountain Shelter. Could have done that, and that's only like 3 miles from here. But then go to Goose Pond, which would have been a 9-mile day. But the problem with that is that after, that's too short, and the next shelter after that was going to make it like a 25-mile day or something that I do not want to do. So rather than do that, I might as well just enjoy what the trail has to offer, and that's picking blueberries here at the Cookie Lady's house. So we will chat maybe a little later tonight when we're eating, and you see the folks that are around here. So get back to you then. All right, I have finished picking my quota of blueberries, which is a big industrial sized 55-gallon drum of coffee grounds at one time that they now they repurpose as blueberry. And I think I should have just paid her to stay here. That is back-breaking work. I don't know if it's because I'm carrying too big of a pack or what, but after a while I just was skipping over blueberries and get the ones that were right convenient to get. But anyway, I'm done, and pretty neat experience. So if you're coming through this way here, don't forget to stop at the Cookie Ladies. She made some hibiscus lemonade. Oh, never had that before, but it was so good. Oh, it was so good. I'd had lemonade like 3 times already from these roadside stands these kids have, for $1 for like 6 ounces of lukewarm lemonade. But what the heck, and I'd want somebody to do that for my kids. But anyway, she just brought me out a thing of hibiscus lemonade. I'm like, oh, that is so good. So if you ever haven't had hibiscus lemonade, try it. All right, next thing we're going to do is eat. And no, we're not hiking right now, but this is all part of the trail, all part of the trail community. So hope you're enjoying it. We're getting ready to chow down. All righty. All right, so this will probably be it for day 3. Here's what the inside of the hangar looks like, where we're staying. It's just a hangar that they got a bunch of stuff stored in. Got a few beds there, and if you do some chores, which mine was picking blueberries, then that's it. That's all they ask. I'm probably going to leave a donation for them. I'm picking blueberries right now. I'm probably going to leave a donation for them anyway. It's amazing what they do for hikers here. They got a porta john, which I don't know what it costs around here, but it's like $100 a month to empty it. They feed you, got a place for you to stay, or you can put a tent in the yard. All the blueberries you can eat. Just amazing people. When I get back, I'm going to Venmo them a little donation to say thank you. I've probably eaten enough blueberries to turn blue in the face. Anyway, this is it for day 3, day 4. Looking at my schedule, I may be getting done Thursday, coming out Thursday. So just depends. I do have a 20-mile day in there. They don't want you camping anywhere that's not a designated site. And the way the shelters work out, the mileage between them is going to be a lot. I got one 20-mile day, which certainly have done that previously, but got some hills to climb, and really the mud is what's going to make the difference. Mud, walking through the mud using just different muscle groups, and just tires you out more. So we'll see. Got to get rid of some of this weight, so when I get to Upper Pond, I got a package there at the local motel, but then I'm going over to the Upper Pond shelter, and I'm going to give some of that away or leave it in a hiker box if they got it. So get rid of some of that weight, and then figure out, you know, what I need to keep, and then go from there. So hopefully be coming out Thursday, catch a ride into town, maybe get, if I don't get out early enough to get the last flight, then get a motel somewhere and be over at the airport, maybe get the first flight, change that flight for the next, to go home. But anyway, that's to come. So we're still many days out, or several days out for that. So today being Sunday. All right, this will be it for day 3. As always, appreciate you, and we hope to see you out here.